In movies like Carrie, blood comes by the buckets. Perfecting that red gooey mess took a long time and several different recipes. This is the story of how fake movie blood is made. Back before film and TV, a simple red handkerchief on stage symbolized blood, but it was kind of boring. So some theaters upped the ante by boiling a bug known for its red pigment. They used the cochineal bug because it creates red dye. When black and white movies came along, pigment didn't matter, so Hollywood simplified things by using chocolate syrup. Then in the 1930s, when black and white movies turned to color, Hollywood needed a new blood trick. Enter John Tyngate, a retired pharmacist living in England. He concocted the most realistic-looking blood yet, called Kensington Gore, using a combination of mostly golden syrup, food coloring, corn flour, and water. The most famous of the blood recipes, though, comes from a man named Dick Smith. He came up with something on par with a Julia Child recipe. The catch? His recipe was poisonous. One ingredient, Kodak Photo Flow, is deadly when consumed. So people started replacing the poison with creamer and other items that won't kill you. Today, a lot of the fake blood you see on screen is computer generated, but if you want to be legit, it should be poison or bugs.
Carolina Reaper.
Go ahead and put it in your mouth.
Go!
Since the first time it was announced to the public that we were growing these, there are literally thousands of YouTube videos of people eating Carolina Reapers all over the world. I get a kick out of most of them.
I made a huge mistake.
Though it can be unpleasant, it's not a dangerous thing to eat super hot peppers.
Oh my God, it's only getting worse.
It's a chemical reaction your brain perceives as heat, so you will stop doing it.
I'm gonna go lay down. This sucks.
I'm Smokin' Ed Curry. I created the Carolina Reaper. I got into breeding peppers in college and just really was interested in getting hotter and hotter peppers once I tried them. Guinness awarded me the world record for the hottest pepper in November of 2013. To breed these things, I crossed a ghost pepper with a habanero, and what came out was this evil-looking pepper. It had warts all over, blisters they call them. And the first time I tasted it, it knocked me to my knees. We get our peppers tested regularly at Winthrop University by Dr. Calloway in the chemistry lab. All peppers are measured by Scoville heat units, which tell you how hot the pepper is. Bell peppers have 0 Scoville heat units. Jalapeno is about 5,000, a serrano, 20,000, red habaneros, 200,000, ghost peppers, 600,000. Then you get to the Carolina Reaper, which is 1.569 million Scoville heat units, the hottest thing in the world. When you eat the Carolina Reaper, the first sensation you get is sweet, and then all of a sudden the heat starts going. It's like burning, burning, burning. Then the physiological stuff starts. Your eyes will bloodshot. They just start tearing up and watering. The skin flushes. You start breathing hard. Your metabolism starts raising up. Some people say it's like eating molten lava. Others will say it's like licking the sun. To me, it's like eating a charcoal briquette. And no matter what you do, you cannot get that burn out of the back of your mouth. I mean, it's crazy. A lot of what I do is creative expression. You look for traits in one pepper and you look for traits in another, and you try to combine them and keep both those traits. There are other breeders who are trying to break our record, but we've been holding unreleased peppers in our back pocket that are twice as hot or more than the Carolina Reaper that we could submit to Guinness at any time. My perception of what the limits are of how hot you can breed a pepper has changed as the science has progressed over the years. Just tell me something can't be done. I'm going to figure out a way to do it.
In this curious lagoon, the rivers may run red, but rest assured it's water, not blood. although you could be forgiven for confusing the two. The Red Lagoon is located 12,000 feet above sea level, in an area of Chile so remote that it wasn't even known by the National Tourism Office until 2009. And maybe that's a good thing, because much like the pyramids in Egypt, the lagoon is believed to be cursed. Legend says that the waters are owned by the devil himself, and he is responsible for the mysterious disappearances that have occurred along the shores. The thermal temperatures of the water at 100 to 120 degrees stop even wild animals from approaching it. Devils aside, what causes this blood red water? Well, biologists studying the lagoon recently traced it to algae growing in the depths of the lake. Still, much of this lagoon remains a mystery. A visit to this place is a reminder there is still much to marvel at on this planet.
During the annual crab migration, all of Christmas Island is seeing red. Christmas Island, located in the Pacific Ocean near Australia, is known for its warm tropical climate. Throughout most of the year, its endemic red crabs can be found on the rainforest floor. But each year in late October, the adult crabs begin a spectacular mass migration from the rainforest to the coast to breed and release eggs into the sea. This synchronized breeding of about 40 million crabs takes over the tiny island. They take their cues from a unique combination of weather and the movement of the moon. As the rains of the monsoon wet season return, they begin their journey. The crabs arrive at the coast, where they dig burrows for mating. And then the females release their eggs into the sea, just as the high tide from the new moon hits the shore. These crabs are so reliant on these seasonal cues that if the wet season doesn't arrive on time, the crabs will not spawn until the next lunar month. They make their migrations without much care for road rules or streets, which results in incredible and slightly startling waves of red crabs moving across the island.
This is Wicket, a red panda. At 10 years old, Wicket is a fully grown male, with the height of just over 2 feet, or slightly larger than your average house cat. As cute as he is, his population has decreased dramatically, with less than 10,000 left in the wild. Red panda in name, it is not closely related to the giant panda, but actually closer to the raccoon family. He loves to eat bamboo, but won't turn down the occasional bird, insect, or mammal for a snack. Native to the eastern Himalayas and southwestern China, red pandas live in trees and are nimble, agile climbers. Their reddish-brown fur and bushy tails camouflage them in their habitat from predators like snow leopards. Besides other animals, humans pose a major threat, poaching and hunting them for their fur. The forests that they live in are shrinking fast, and estimates say that their population has been cut in half in the last 20 years. This is the red panda. This is Kami, a red ruffed lemur. Her world is small and it's shrinking daily. The red ruffed lemur comes by its name honestly. It's covered in a brilliant chestnut coat. The rest of its body, its face, hands, belly and tail, are a deep black. Of the hundreds of species of lemur in Madagascar, the red ruffed lemur is one of the most endangered. Found only on a single peninsula in the northwest of the island country, the rainforests the red ruffed lemur call home are also highly valued for the beautiful rosewood and ebony trees that grow there. It's in the canopy of these trees that you can find these lemurs. There they search for fruit, which makes up nearly their whole diet. Their home forests are being harvested at an alarming rate, taking the red ruffed lemur's chance of survival with them. Conservationists estimate that there are only 3,000 to 5,000 left in the wild. This is the red ruffed lemur.